All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Blazin Takes podcast. We appreciate you for joining us for episode 6 tonight. Now, a little bit of a different setup, of course. We're going remote today. Nick is, as you can see behind him, he's got a beautiful man cave. He just moved in. He's been working on a lot of stuff. So,
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. We did a lot of the putting up of it last week, but he's got an entire apartment that he's got to do.
Yep.
So he's been busy. But we're look at this. We're still providing this for you guys. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. You had a hell of a week, right? Like you've been staying pretty busy.
Bro, very busy, man. But you helped a lot, man. You helped a lot with this, so I appreciate you.
Of course, man. You know I got you. Us co-hosts here have to stick together and help each other out always. Bro. But man. You know, both of our teams again. We even if you're busy, you're making time to watch football, of course, and we're making time to find time to provide you guys with good analysis. And I mean, we're thinking about this stuff all the time. So this is always fun for us to be able to give this to you guys, give you our knowledge, and as that goes, you know, a little bit of a two sides of the coin this week with our teams, me being a Steelers fan, him being a Vikings fan. You know, I don't even know anymore. Like, as a Steelers fan, listen, here's where I'm at this point. Like, if things keep going how they go, all right, cool. We'll finally get a top 5 draft pick. We haven't had that in my entire lifetime. So, you know, that'll be cool. But also, you know, if somehow something sparks and we do pick up a few wins and we're still, you know, around 10, but we get some wins, I'm okay with that too, because I like to get our young guys to get the feeling of wins. At least that would be cool. But also, I'm not expecting it. So, you know, at this point, we'll see what happens. And I'm not really going to say too much other than that, other than the Bills are a really good team, and they have done this. They've blown out a lot of teams in the last year, so this is nothing new from them, but this just shows how far the Steelers really are away. And it's bigger than just quarterback, because Pickett played pretty well, but the team still generated 3 points and got blown out. So I'm not going to bore you guys, because nobody really wants to talk about the Steelers right now. We're a dog shit team. We should be talked about as much as the Lions and the Commanders get talked about. So that's all I'm going to say. And the Texans. And I know it's a bigger brand, so it's going to get talked about more, but we don't deserve that right now. So,
yeah.
But hey, it is a great time for sports right now, man. We got MLB playoffs on right now. We got the Dodgers and Padres game 2 on. Padres up 4-3. You know, you guys will know when you're watching this if they won, I guess. But we're rooting for the Padres over here. I hate to break it to you, but MLB playoffs,
yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you already know, Brad. MLB playoffs, hell of a time. Football season obviously in full swing. Hockey just started up. We're recording this on Wednesday. It started up on Tuesday, so it started up yesterday. So, and the NBA is starting this coming Tuesday. And very exciting stuff, you know, very exciting. We are very happy to get the NBA back. And with that being said, don't worry, we're going to give you guys plenty of football topics today. We got a little bit of somebody's in the spotlight. Daniel Jones, I mean, it's going to be interesting. And then we have our weekly segment of stars and bums, players we're surprised by, players we were unpleasantly surprised by, players that pleasantly surprised us, star and a bum. You already know. And then we are going to review our locks and upsets of last week and give you some for this coming week. So stay tuned for all of that. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to us and like and comment us what you want us to talk about. And if you're on Spotify, check us out on YouTube. And if you want to take us on the go, we are on Spotify. So any way you listen to us, we appreciate it. And let's get right into it. We're not going to waste any more time for you guys. So NBA season, man, it's coming up. First off, man, how are you feeling, man? I know you're a Thunder fan, but you know how are you feeling, man, about the NBA season? You stoked?
I mean, I was till Chet got hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, but I'm still excited. You know, I love watching my team play, whether we're going through a rebuilding process or whether we're a playoff team. So yeah, I'm excited for basketball to start up in general, bro.
Hey, that's a good optimistic mindset to have. Me being a Celtics fan, I'm obviously very excited.
Absolutely.
You know, there's a lot of noise, so just ready to get back to playing basketball so we can stop talking about the coach and all these other things. And Apparently, Grant Williams
sure.
isn't going to get an extension, so we're going to have to pay that man $16 million if we re-sign him per year, that is.
I didn't know that.
So if we don't extend him, so that's really interesting to me. But at the end of the day, you got superstars, you got to pay him. But yeah, so
Absolutely.
I'm excited for the NBA. I'm very excited. I got the league pass. I'm ready to watch a lot of games, and I'm ready to break down and talk some hoops. And what better way to start the conversation than to make our season predictions? The Blazin Takes official season predictions for the 2022 NBA season, 2022-2023 NBA season. So, what better way to start off the NBA predictions here than who is going to win the championship, right? That's what it's all about. So, Nick, who you got winning the championship this year, man?
Bro, I gotta go with the Phoenix Suns, man.
Wow, the Suns! I did not expect that.
No one's picking them, dude. That's why, like, everyone's thinking, like, the Warriors are going to repeat. The Lakers will somehow be back. The Nets will be there. You know, even the Celtics. Yeah. But it's like, dude, everyone forgets that this team was the 1 seed last year in the West, bro. And I know there's a little rift with DeAndre Ayton and Coach Monty Williams, but I think they're going to figure it out. They're going to get things smoothed out. And dude, I think they're just, the way they got bounced out last year in the playoffs, I think that's going to, motivate them a little bit, bro. So I think the Suns find a way to get it done this year.
I like that take.
If everyone's healthy, of course.
I think Chris Paul obviously hinges on that entire team right now. Like, how he is, how healthy he is, how he plays. But I like that. I don't think anybody's really picking them, and they're a very good team. And, I mean, you would think Devin Booker gets a little bit better. DeAndre Ayton's coming back. He got his money.
Yep.
So I like that pick. My champion is also in the Western Conference, and it's not the Warriors. I am going with the Los Angeles Clippers. I think they're going to do it.
I hope you're right.
Listen, here's the thing, man.
I know.
I would love it. Well, obviously, me and Nick, we are from Ohio. We are big Luke Kennard fans. Obviously, he's not the reason I'm picking them, but he's a part of the reason. I mean, Kawhi gets the entire year off, so you would think he comes back healthier than ever. And Paul George, obviously, he got a lot of rest last year too, and he's a stud. And they got John Wall, who also got a lot of rest. Now, it's going to be rocky at first, but I think when it comes down to the second half of the season and the playoffs, they're going to be hitting their stride pretty well, I believe. And I don't think that they're going to have quite as much of wear and tear as some of these other teams. Like, you got to think, the Warriors, they played until June. So they're an older team as well. Wear and tear can happen. Kawhi and Paul George, if they stay healthy, along with John Wall, and they play to their potential, man, they are going to be a very tough out.
And, bro, to tack on top of that, they got our boy Jason Preston over there.
They do, man. And he didn't even play last year either, bro.
Their
whole team didn't play last year. He was hurt. I'm telling you, man, they have a lot of potential, bro.
I don't know how much playing time he'll get, but, dude, I love that guy.
Rotation,
I love Jason
bro.
Preston. Yeah, dude. He's solid, bro. So we'll see, man. I really hope you're right, though. I love the Clippers squad. Yeah. I love this team.
Dude, if that happened, you know how cool that would be, man. But we'll just sit here and
I'll go crazy.
Hope for it. A Celtics and Clippers would be my ideal finals. That'd
be sweet.
That would be awesome, because even if the Clippers win, I mean, obviously I'd be sad, but I like that team. So moving on here to probably the second most commonly predicted thing, the MVP. So Nick, who do you got MVP this year, man?
I think a lot of people are going with this player. I'm just going with Luka, man. I think Luka is just I think it's as simple. He's just going to ball out this year.
He's got to win one.
He's
been
balling out. Yeah, so why not this year? But Nick, here's one. I think runner-up, or at least top 3. I think Zion will be at least the top 3.
I like that.
If he's healthy.
I think
he's healthy, bro. Yeah.
I think he could, man. He looks good so far. I know it's preseason, but he looks good, man. He's cut that weight. He looks built. He seems very motivated. And he seems like that guy that we were, all falling in love with when he got drafted. He seems like he could be back to that guy instead of the guy that's just getting memed for being overweight or whatever. I think that he, and which sucks because he's probably dealing with things that nobody knows. And, that's just how you are when you're a big-time athlete like that. You're going to get a lot of hate if things go wrong. But, I think that he's going to ball out this year, and I hope so because I'm a fan of his as well.
Real quick, Nick. I'm sorry to interrupt you, bro. It's crazy, man, because when he first came to the NBA, I wasn't a believer in Zion,
Right.
dude. I thought he was gonna be a bust because his weight,
That was
was
a
a big
blazing
factor
take,
of like,
bro.
bro. And I remember I'm like, dude, I don't think this guy's gonna be anything special in the NBA, man. And I think what made me believe in him is seeing him shed all that weight off, build up even more muscle. He looks actually, like you said, bro, he looks motivated on the court. So it made
Yeah.
me think now I'm a believer in this guy. He really wants it. He wants to be an elite basketball player. Like, I really like and believe in Zion a lot more than I did a year or 2 years ago, bro.
Right. Well, and I think, I also, like, I believed him when he came out. I was one of the believers,
Mm-hmm.
but I lost a lot of hope last year, and my hope is bounced right back. So, yeah, I'm excited to see him play this year. There
too,
might
bro.
be a little bit of kind of a thing to that later in my predictions here that will point to how I believe Zion will play this year. But my MVP is not going to be Zion, and it's not going to be Luka, and it's not going to be Giannis. It's going to be Tatum. Now, listen, man, obviously there's probably some bias involved here, but I believe that he's going to be very, very motivated after the finals. Everything that he has said since losing in the finals has been very, like, I messed up. I got a lot to prove. He's not complacent at all, and he had his best season last year of his career, and he's not complacent with that. So I think the sky's the limit for him this year. I believe with some things that have gone with the team, obviously with the coach, he's going to take more of a leadership role, I believe, and I think that he is just going to step his game up a little bit more, and I look for him to average upwards of 5-6 assists a game, honestly. I think it could happen. I'm just saying.
I can see it.
If we're talking about his MVP ability, I think he could be a guy who you don't just see as just a scorer, but he's a guy who can average you close to 8-9 boards at least, and 5 or 6 assists, as well as going on there somewhere around close to 30 points a game. So that's just what I believe, and there's probably some bias involved, but he'd probably be top 5 regardless, I think, or at least top 3. So moving on here to the coach of the year, man. Now, this is a tough one to predict, obviously. This is basically just like, I don't know, like it can be a team that really improves and the coach is that good, or a team that just runs the table and they just give it to their coach because they're just a really good team. So who do you got for that, man?
I got the Cavs coach, bro. JB Bickerstaff, is that his name? Yeah. I mean, I think the Cavs, obviously with getting Donovan Mitchell, man, I think they're going to be a fun team to watch.
Right.
I think they're going to make a deep run in the playoffs, bro. And it's as easy as that, man. Like, that's the first. When you asked me earlier, man, that's the first person immediately came to my mind. So I'm just going to go with my gut's telling me, and for some reason I think it's going to be JB, man.
I mean, I appreciate the pick, man. I think he's definitely got a good chance because they're looked at as a team that definitely isn't like a powerhouse or anything. So I think that he is going to have the ability, if he gets them close to 50 wins or something like that, or around 50, hey, there's no telling. If they get a top 4 seed, I can see it. I went with a coach on the West Coast. Similar situation, I feel like, though. I'm going with this is where the foreshadowing came from. I'm going with Willie Green of the Pelicans. I think they're in a similar situation as the Cavs. Like, everybody knows that they have potential. We have to see if it happens. But CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and he's looked like a really good coach so far. So if he gets them right around that 4 seed, gets them around 50 wins, man, I could see it happening because
me too.
They were a team that didn't make the playoffs last year, they were the 8th seed. So even though they did give the Suns a little bit of run, but let's be real, they didn't, no shot. Obviously, they might as well have not made the playoffs. So so I think that is that's my candidate for that, and
that's a good pick.
I appreciate it, and that's a tough one to pick, though. Coach of the Year is tough. Now, moving on here, let's go with the last official award that we're going to predict, and then we have one topic that's just more of a just a question, but also a
Mhm.
prediction. So the final one here we're going to go with is Rookie of the Year. Now, obviously, this one is also very tough to predict, and your boy Chet will not play, so it can't be him. He can win it.
Shit.
He can win it his
Yeah.
next year. It will technically be his rookie year. He could be like a Joel Embiid or like a Ben Simmons, how Ben Simmons
Ben
won it.
Simmons. Yep.
So
Yep.
maybe. But for this year, who do you think?
It's between two players for me, man, off the top of my head. Like, again, the same situation, man. You asked me earlier, I was like, these are the two players that immediately came to mind. But the one I'm going to lean towards is Jaden Ivey, man.
Oh,
I think he's going to – I'll basically just say it's either him or Paulo Banchero, I felt like. But I'm going with Ivey, man. Just what I've seen from him from the Summer League, bro. I really liked what I saw out of him. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. He gives the Pistons a little bit of a boost this year that they need. Another star,
they're going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, dude, and I think the Pistons are going to be a little better than what people think they'll be. I don't know if they'll be a playoff team, but I don't know, man. I think it'll be Ivy, though. And I really hope it's Ivy because I really like him a lot.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I'm a big fan of Ivy, and I think he's got that like John Morant potential.
Absolutely.
Maybe a tad lower than that, of course, but I still think that he can be a very effective player. The only thing I'll push back on that and what I will worry about is that they got Cade Cunningham, so I worry about his touches. He's gonna have to play more of an off-ball role, but if he does and he excels at that off-ball role, he could definitely be averaging 20-some points a game, still putting in 8 or 9 assists. I wouldn't be surprised one bit, man. He could easily do it.
I hope it happens.
Yeah, and I'm going with the other guy that you mentioned. I'm going Paolo. Now, my reasoning for Paolo is obviously he's a good player, but he's going to put up points, especially in that Orlando offense where they literally, who's he going to be competing with shots for? Cole Anthony? The dude is going to get as many shots as he wants. And I believe in him as a true scorer at the next level. So I think he's going to put up a very impressive points per game total this year. I could see him getting into around 23, 24, some crazy numbers.
I can
25 for a rookie. Like I wouldn't even be surprised. So
he's the most NBA ready, I feel like.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think for sure he is the most NBA ready. I do think that if Chet was healthy, I would think about it because even though I don't think Chet's fully NBA ready, his potential is wild. Like if he just goes crazy, him on the defensive end of the floor as well as the offense, it's something that you don't get from Paolo or from Jabari Smith. Those guys are much more offensive guys, whereas Chet, he can be a star on defense. Like some people, if we're talking down the line on Chet's career, we could be thinking of Chet more as a defensive player. Like that's what we think first. Like, he can be a good offensive player, but he could be known for his defense, and I don't think any of us would be surprised. So that's where I think that he has crazy potential, but we will have to see in the 2023 season, and I'm excited for it, but got a while. So the topic we got here last is one I just kind of made up, honestly, but I think it's an interesting one. This is the team that is going to disappoint. So a team that has high aspirations, and what team do you think really isn't going to meet those aspirations? So, like, for instance, the Lakers last year would probably be the biggest disappointment or even you could say the Nets, but the Lakers mostly. So
for sure.
Who do you got this? Who do you think for this year? Get out your crystal ball. Who's it going to be?
I think it's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves, man.
Ooh, okay.
I just don't know how Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns are going to play together. I have no idea how that's going to work out, bro. I think it's going to go one or two ways, man. They're going to excel and go absolutely crazy this year, bro, or they're just going to take a shit and not even make it out of the play-in, bro.
Yeah,
but I'm taking my chances on the T-Wolves. I'm taking my chances on them.
I think that's a valid point because it's all going to come down to this, in my opinion. So it's kind of like the opposite of the Rockets thing that they were doing, where they just went so small and they went quick.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, you might go big, but if their speed could be such a factor that the other teams would have to go small. Whereas flip side, Timberwolves, they're saying if our size is such a menacing thing to these teams that they're going to have to go big. That's their goal. And then if they go big, they obviously don't have the star potential as they do at the big position. So if you make a team go big and they don't really have the bigs for that, because a lot of teams don't have crazy bigs, I see the strategy. But at the same time, if they come on against teams where they are going to be run all over the floor and they're not going to be fast enough to keep up with these 5-out offenses, that's where it's going to get bad for the Timberwolves.
Exactly.
So I'm interested to see how it goes, but I definitely think that could happen, bro. I think it could. The team that I am going to go for the disappointment. Now, this is going to be surprising to you, I think, bro. I am going with the Dallas Mavericks, man. Now, listen, I think there's a lot of aspirations for them, but am I supposed to believe that Spencer Dinwiddie and Christian Wood is the right supporting cast for Luka, and that they're going to be as good as people are saying they're going to be? I understand Luka is going to carry as always, and they're a Western Conference Finals team, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sold on their roster around Luka. I like Christian Wood. He's a fine player, but I don't see how that acquisition is going to be any better than how it was when they had Porzingis, other than he'll take less shots. And maybe he's slightly better inside, but I don't know. I have a lot of doubts about the Mavericks. I hope I'm wrong, though. I like them.
No, bro, you make a good point, Nick, because Jalen Brunson's gone.
Yeah, as I'm saying, they lost Brunson.
He's with the Knicks. There's a huge dip after
and it's just Spencer
Luka.
Dinwiddie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick, Nick. You know, another team I thought of, bro, you kind of debate with a teeny bit, is possibly the Memphis Grizzlies, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
they have a lot of expectations.
Yeah, and I can see them kind of dipping off a little bit this year to like a 6, 7, 8 seed range and kind of disappointing people.
It could happen, bro. But, I mean, I could also, if we're just throwing teams out, I mean, the Celtics, man, it could happen with the coach situation. If things go wrong, bro. Of course I hope not. But if things go wrong, we already got some injuries, you know. If you get 1 or 2 more injuries that come in there, and the coach, he don't know how to control the locker room and things get out of hand, similar to like 2018 when Brad Stevens couldn't control the locker room. Granted, that was with Kyrie, so take that with a grain of salt as we will. But still, if things go south, they could go very south for the Celtics this year. Yeah. And I could see them being a very disappointing team. I really hope not. I wouldn't say it's more likely than not. Like that's not why I didn't put them down for a reason. But they have potential if things go south to go very south. So
I see what you mean.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a crazy time though, man. I'm really excited for the NBA, man. These things are always so crazy because you just throw out, you know, predictions like this. Like, we can look at the end of the season. I guarantee maybe we'll get one thing right on this entire thing that we just said, and that would be lucky if we got one thing right, dude. It's so hard to predict this, man. These teams go in these off seasons, and it's really hard to predict. It really is, man. While we're talking about, you know, hard to predict, the Giants being 4-1. Wow. I wouldn't have predicted that in a million years, man. If you would have told me, like, I know their schedule hasn't been like rough, but like Titans, off the top of my head, Titans, Cowboys, Packers. I know I'm missing 2 other teams.
Bears.
Okay, Bears. And then what was the other team they played?
Oh,
Cowboys' only loss. Either way, they played another bad team. I thought or maybe a decent team. Either way, it doesn't even really matter. The point is they're 4-1, and even if you told me they're playing the 4 other worst teams or 5 other worst teams in the NFL, I would still say they're not going 4-1. So that really surprises me. And the head of the realm in New York, well, obviously that's kind of Brian Daboll. I believe he is the biggest piece to their success, but the guy out on the field running the show, Daniel Jones. Now, this is crazy to me because he, you know, he's a very interesting player this year. Team's playing well. He hasn't, you know, lost games for them. Even the game they lost, it wasn't really his fault. His receivers couldn't catch the ball. Kenny Golladay was complaining about targets, gets like 3 of them right in his hands, doesn't catch them. So the guy stinks. Now, but still, it's, you know, I'm going to read his stats right here real quick, and then we're going to do a little bit of Would You Rather, all right? Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I want to read these stats.
Here's his stats. All right, quarterback rating of 87 points or 85.7, 848 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So, nothing that, flies off the page, but
Right.
It's Daniel Jones. You don't expect much, but he looks so far. Maybe he's a winning player. His mobility has looked good. He has controlled the game very well. So I'm going to name off some quarterbacks here. I think I got 17 quarterbacks here. We're just going to name them off, and we're gonna tell who we would rather take.
Oh man, this would be fun. Okay.
First one we got here, man.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. Now, I want to preface this before we go. Who you would take today? Like
today?
If for this year, like if the NFL was ending forever after this season, and you have you need to get a quarterback on your team, who are you taking for right now? Who's better? So,
oh man, that's tough, bro.
Trevor Lawrence or Daniel Jones?
Give me Trevor. Give me Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor,
but not by much, man.
All right, I'm going Trevor as well. Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson as well for me. Mac Jones.
All right, I'll go with Daniel Jones, actually.
I'm going to go with Daniel Jones as well. Mac is... I don't know. Daniel Jones is like the riskier version of Mac Jones. Like, Mac seems a little more safe, but Daniel Jones has more potential, but also a lower floor as well. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The man himself, Tua Tagovailoa. What do we think?
Give me... now, healthy? Healthy? Like, no injury?
Yeah, healthy.
Okay. Tua,
I'm going with Tua as well. Kenny Pickett.
Oh, dude. Give me Kenny Pickett. He's looked good so far to me, man.
He has. I don't even know if I can answer this one, because I feel like if I say, back in my mind, I should say Daniel Jones. I feel like I should say Daniel Jones. I'm going to say Daniel Jones. I don't want to be a homer. He's only played a couple games, so I'm going to say Daniel Jones. I just had to throw it on the list, see what you said. Ryan Tannehill. This is an interesting one.
Oh, God. Give me Tannehill, but not by much, man.
I'm going Daniel Jones.
Okay.
I'm going Daniel Jones.
That's a tough
close,
one,
man.
dude.
Yeah. The long neck man himself, Davis Mills.
Give me Daniel Jones, bro.
I'm going with Daniel Jones as well. All right. This one is very interesting, bro. Right now. Russell Wilson or Daniel Jones?
I'm still going with Russ. He's looked bad this year, but
Let
I'm
Russ
still going
cook?
with Russell. Yeah. I'm still riding with Russ, bro. You're going Daniel Jones, aren't you?
Oh, man.
Now, Nick, to be
Daniel
fair,
Jones is just moving the offense better, man. I know he's got a better run game, but
yeah, I was gonna say, if he had Saquon from last year, I think the Giants will be 2-3, 1-4. But Saquon's really carrying this.
You're probably
offense,
right.
bro.
Saquon is a big deal, but man, I don't know, man. He's still moving. He has no receivers. Wilson has receivers, man.
That's true.
Wilson has receivers and a better defense. I'm going with Daniel Jones. Right now, I'm going with Daniel Jones. Now, Russell Wilson could improve, and that pick could look stupid. But at this current moment, I'm taking Daniel Jones over Russell Wilson. I'm going to clip that out. I'm taking him right now, man. I'm making the Blazin take right now.
I like the pick, dude. No, I love it. Let's continue with this.
Right.
This is fun.
All right, man. Next one we got here. This one's very interesting, too. Cooper Rush.
Oh, give me Cooper Rush, dude. He's a fucking winner.
Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
I got to take – no, I'm taking Daniel Jones. I'm taking Daniel Jones. Cooper Rush, he only threw 16 times last week. He has the greatest defense in the league right now, and the run game's going. But I'll give him his credit. He's been a good quarterback.
He's been solid, man. Yeah.
He's been very solid, but I don't know why I'm going to take Daniel Jones. Maybe it's just the bias because Daniel Jones is like the player we're using. But I'm going with Daniel Jones. I'm sorry. But Cooper Rush, he's in a great situation right now. If you put Daniel Jones in his situation, it'd be interesting to see.
Good point.
Next one here, we got the man himself, Carson Wentz. So, who do you got here, man? You already know who I'm picking. I'm picking Carson Wentz.
I'll go Danny Dimes, man.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Hey, Carson Wentz, though, man.
Hey, those stats you sent the other, was it today or yesterday you sent that?
It was
man.
today.
I was very intrigued by that.
So I'll read them out real quick for everybody, just since we're on Carson. Carson Wentz this season. Now, stats definitely lie, okay? You can take anecdotal stats and make something like this, which just cracks me up. But still, I mean, this is still a thing. So Carson Wentz this season has more completions than Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers. more passing yards than Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, and more touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Kyler Murray. Now, let me also say that the team is 1-4. He's been behind in a lot of games and just been throwing a lot. Whereas these are a lot of these quarterbacks on here. Let's see, Mahomes 4-1, Burrow 2-3, but Rodgers 3-2, Hurts 5-0, Stafford. Okay, I guess Stafford is whatever. And Kyler Murray, but Brady, what are they? 4-1, 3-2, 3-2. Either way,
bro, he's a GOAT, man.
I mean. but I'm saying these guys are ahead and he's behind all the time. So let's pump the brakes. But it's a funny stat. It is still. He is kind of. It just shows he's not been terrible. At least he's putting up some stats. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going with Wentz. Next one here we got Justin Fields.
I like Justin Fields, man.
You're going with Justin? So you believe that it's Chicago's offense and not a Justin Fields problem? Because Justin Fields statistically has been one of the worst quarterbacks to play. He might be the worst quarterback statistically so far. But
bro, can you imagine Daniel Jones in that Bears offense?
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Yeah,
it'd be terrible.
I'd rather take Fields.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Fields too because I just Daniel Jones he would be terrible in that offense. Fields has a terrible situation. I mean, Darnell Mooney's his best receiver, and that guy stinks. I drafted him in 3 fantasy leagues. I'm only in 3 fantasy leagues. I drafted him in all 3. The dude sucks. He's in free agent in every league now. So whatever. It is what it is.
Man.
Jared Goff or Daniel Jones?
Man, I'm going with Jared Goff. He's been decent this year. I know last game wasn't too good, but he's been overall decent, man. He's been surprising me. So I'm
definitely going with Jared Goff here too, man. He's been playing well.
Yeah.
All right, another one. Now he's hurt right now, but if he's healthy, Jameis Winston.
I'll give you Jameis. I like Jameis, dude.
I'm going with Jameis as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hurt, but he provides a lot more. This one's interesting. Marcus Mariota or Daniel Jones?
I like Daniel Jones, man.
I'm going to go with Daniel Jones as well. Mariota, running side, but he's still a backup to me.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. This one's
give me Daniel Jones, man. I think Baker sucks.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I wanted Baker to do well with the Panthers. I don't know if it's the coaching and the offense or if it's him, but he's got receivers. So I'm going to go with Daniel Jones as well because I think Daniel Jones' offense, he's got Christian McCaffrey. Daniel Jones has a worse offensive roster.
Yeah.
He may have a better play caller, but he has a worse offensive roster, so I'm going Daniel Jones. Yeah. We got 2 more here. Jimmy G or Daniel Jones?
I like Jimmy G, man. I like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Go with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Jimmy G as well. And then the last one we got here in the same division, Geno Smith.
Give me Geno Smith, bro. He's been impressive to me this year.
Give me Geno Smith, dude.
Dude, Nick, you're forgetting one quarterback.
Who did I forget?
Derek Carr.
Oh, I didn't even think that was a discussion, bro. You're not going to take Daniel Jones over Derek Carr.
I had to think about it, dude, but I'll take Derek Carr. Bro. I had to think about it for a little bit. I really did, bro.
All right.
Yeah, but I'll take Derek Carr. All right,
as long as you're taking him. If you say Daniel Jones over Derek Carr, I'm about to come across the screen, man. You can't say that. So let's see. Who do we unanimously think is better than Carr? Than Jones? We got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Tua.
There's a few
Cooper.
more.
Did I say Cooper? No, I didn't say Cooper Rush.
You said Daniel Jones.
Justin Fields.
Yep.
These are just unanimous, so this is wild. Jared Goff.
Yep.
Jameis Winston.
Yep.
Jimmy G.
Yep.
And Geno Smith. We got 8 guys better than him.
About half.
Yeah, and we didn't even include like any of the real good quarterbacks. So that puts Daniel Jones probably around like 16 rank, maybe. I don't even know what the numbers pull out to. He's about a middle of the pack quarterback. Now that we just discussed this, he's about the middle pack. If things aren't perfect, he can still get you wins. As he's shown that so far. Yeah. He's also shown if things are really bad, he can't overcome that, like last year and the year before. But he was also dealing with a lot of injuries last year. I thought he was playing good last year before he got all the injuries. So, I think that. I hope he stays healthy, and this will be interesting to revisit at the end of the year and see how if our opinion has changed any at all, dude.
Absolutely, bro. I feel sorry.
Maybe we can do. We need to do him and Derek Carr because we said we're going to revisit Derek Carr at the end of the year too. When we did the Derek Carr, would you rather? So we're gonna have to go and look at those two lists again. Probably
Yeah.
give them some of the similar quarterbacks and see where that goes, man.
All right,
I
man.
already know some of the Derek Carr ones are gonna be wild because Sam was saying some bullshit on the Derek Carr. He was taking like Derek Carr over Joe Burrow and stuff, man. It was
Yeah.
some wild stuff going on. He might have taken Derek Carr over like Mahomes. I don't think so, but there were some wild statements being made, bro. And
Yep.
but hey, the NFL has been interesting to say the least with these Daniel Jones and the Giants, and you got London games that are all ending really well. Usually it seems like it's bad football.
Yeah.
It's looking good. I mean, this week we got Chiefs and Bills. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
We got a powerhouse matchup. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. Very looking forward to the NFL. Looking back real quick to week 5 before we jumpstart everybody into week 6 here. We're going to go back to week 5, and we're going to talk about somebody who definitely surprised us and was a star this week that we didn't really expect, and somebody also that was about the opposite of that, was a bum, and we had higher hopes for. So, Nick, sorry, I've been talking a lot, man. I'm gonna get you set it free, man. Who you got? Star and bum of the week. Pleasantly surprised, unpleasantly surprised. Who you got, man?
All right, bro. I'll just give you my pleasantly surprised first, and you give me yours. But my pleasant surprise, man, I'll show you lots of love here, Nick. Derek Carr. He actually looked
Hell
good.
Yeah.
He looked good.
All right.
He had some good throws. Devontae Adams should have caught that pass at the end of the game. He looked good. You just know me. I've never been a believer in Derek Carr. But that game, I was asleep during most of it because I was dead ass tired. But I woke up, I watched the highlights. He looked good. He impressed me. His numbers were actually decent. I was like, you know what? He actually had a good game at Arrowhead, which is tough to play at and win. I think it was Derek Carr, dude. He had a good game.
All right. Hey, I appreciate that take a lot, man. I watched the game. I was rooting for the Raiders and Derek Carr, and I was pretty excited from what I saw from him. Definitely impressed me. And he's not my star of the week, but he was in contention. The guy I'm going with is a man who lit my team on fire. Gabriel Davis.
I about picked him, but I didn't feel like you were going to pick him, bro.
Yeah. So, the thing is, I actually thought he was going to have a good week, but because I started him in fantasy in my league. I had him on waivers. I was waiting for the time to start him, and I was like, this is the time. Our secondary was banged up. I figured it would be rough, but I didn't expect him to get the points that he got.
Yeah.
And put up the stats that he did, man. That was awesome. I'm thinking of starting him again this week just because hoping some momentum carries over. And Kansas City secondary is by no means anything scary. No. I mean, you saw what the Raiders put up on them. A lot of teams put up points against the Chiefs, or at least put up yards. They're in. I think I don't know the stats on them in the red zone, but it seems to me like they're a pretty decent red zone defense. It's just, and I could be wrong, but just from when I watch them, it feels like they don't let up a touchdown every time, like some of these defenses. Yeah. But it'll be a great game, obviously, against the Bills. But I think it's going to be a high scoring shootout.
Yep.
The rock's going to be getting thrown around a lot, and I think Gabriel Davis will be on the right end of those. But I didn't think that was going to happen like that this past week, so he definitely impressed me.
Yeah.
So who is somebody that you were not impressed by, man?
This one's easy, man. I think it's kind of a no-brainer, but I think just Russell Wilson, dude. Just not even just from the last game, it's the season. He's just been unpleasantly, not fun to watch, man. I thought this Broncos team was be good, but they're not. They're nothing special, man, at all.
No, man. That Thursday night game was
that was rough.
I watched the whole thing, and
I tipped my cap to you, bro. Holy cow!
Yeah, I felt like I just did chores after watching that whole game, man. That was not fun, dude. That was by no means fun. So
who's your pick?
Yeah, Russell Wilson, dude. He was terrible. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, man. He was terrible.
Yeah.
I could have put him on as mine, but I'm gonna go with somebody. This maybe isn't fair, but I'm looking at this as a 1 week thing. This guy's had a great season, had a very dud week this past week. He's also a quarterback. Derek Carr, not Derek Carr, Jared Goff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He played bad.
He did, dude.
He played bad. He had an interception and he had a fumble.
Yeah.
229 yards, no touchdowns. Not great. What did they get shut out? Yeah, shut out, lost to the Patriots. I can understand it's the Patriots and Bill Belichick, but yeah. So looking at his fantasy numbers, the lowest total he put up so far was 13 against your Minnesota Vikings. Mm-hmm. This was 5. He had a 33-point week the week before and a 26-point week also a few weeks ago. So I started him in fantasy. So maybe this is a little bit of a personal reason I'm taking it out on him. But I started him in fantasy. Listen, I have this league, okay? I've had the best luck with quarterbacks so far. Let me just tell you guys real quick. Start off the season, drafted Dak Prescott. Well, first freaking week, goes out and he had like 2 points. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, all right, got to find a backup guy. It's okay. My leagues, I only ever draft one quarterback. So I'm like, all right, find somebody off waivers. It's okay. It's only an 8-person league, right? I should be able to find somebody off waivers easy. I'm good. I go to waivers. I'm like, okay, Trey Lance. Let's go. Week 2. All right, let's go. Yeah. You're not playing in the monsoon anymore, you know.
Yeah.
I think he's got potential. Maybe he runs in for a couple touchdowns. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's see what he's got. Mm-hmm. All right, well, he breaks his ankle. He's out in like the first quarter. So, all right, I think I got like 1 point for that. So, all right, let's go to the next week here, man. So next week, what do we got? Oh, week 3. Okay. I pick up who's on the waivers? Who just had a crazy week? Tua Tagovailoa. He just went crazy on the Ravens. I'm like, all right, let's pick him up. Goes out with that head injury right before half, and then they don't really do much with him in the second half. This was my highest scoring quarterback week of all time in this league so far. He got me 11.4 points. So that was my best week. I was like, oh my God, like over 10. All right, cool. So week 4, he starts at Bengals. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start him again. He's starting. Let's go. 2.4 points. Obviously goes out with that terrible injury. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
So again, dud week for me at quarterback. Then week 5, I'm like, all right, who's on the waivers now? I got to get rid of Tua. Who's on the waivers? Oh, yeah, Jared Goff has been playing out of his mind. Let me pick him up. 5.8. So now, week 6. Maybe I should have stuck with Goff and just rode it out. Somebody picked them up now. I dropped them out of frustration. Somebody picked them up. So I picked up the man that's been slinging the pill around out in the Northwest, Geno Smith. He's playing the freaking Cardinals, ranked 25th pass defense. If this guy doesn't give me 15, I'm going to lose my mind. I need a quarterback. I'm 1-4 in this league, and I think solely off of quarterback play, man. So I'm pretty angry, but you know what? That was my little rant about the fantasy year this year, because this has never happened to me before. Like, this is wild, man. Last year I had Herbert and Matthew Stafford as my quarterbacks. I didn't have to worry about them at all. They stayed healthy all 17 games. Yep. I believe. Yeah, all 17. Yep. So this is new to me for this year, and we got to overcome adversity, man. You know?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I know both of us, we have both had rough fantasy years. It's been this has been the hardest fantasy year of my life, I believe, because there's been so many guys that will go crazy and then, like, are ghosts the next week.
Bro.
Like, it's so...
Yeah, that's what's so frustrating.
So hard to predict, dude. Like Alvin Kamara has been terrible. Last week goes crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I had him in one of my leagues. I'm like, let's go. Next week, like, who knows, dude? He could put up 3 points. He could put up 30. We don't. Dude. So many players' range are crazy this year.
They all been like that. Like, who's one player who's actually been? Jalen Hurts has been consistent for quarterback.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb,
Cooper
Austin Eckler recently, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs. Yeah. And there's been guys. Justin Jefferson. He had some weeks where I was like, what the fuck is going on? I have him on my league. Like, what is going on, dude? But Travis Kelce's been consistent.
Yeah.
But for the most part, usually you think of there's more guys than that are consistent guys.
Sure.
But you look at some of these running backs, Kamara, Najee. Joe Mixon. I mean, some of these, I'm like, dude, what the like? There's some Christian McCaffrey. I don't know how consistent he's been, but yeah, Leonard Fournette, like, he went off, and he'll go be terrible the next week. Like, it's hard to know, but been the hardest year. So if you are doing good in your fantasy league right now, either you're lucky or props to you because you know your shit. Because I won 2 leagues last year. I'm struggling to hit 500 this year, so it's been tough.
Yeah, absolutely,
it's been tough. I'm using the same strategies I did last year, but this year, man, it is tough. So
Absolutely, bro.
I love it though. It's a challenge, and I don't know. I'm addicted to fantasy, I guess. But looking forward to this week. If you're addicted to gambling, maybe we can help you out here a little bit. I just saw too. So we're based in Ohio here, of course. Gambling's obviously coming here in like 2 months for us, a little less than 2 months or a little more than 2 months, something like that. It's right around 2 months. Can't wait for illegal gambling where we can just hop on the FanDuel. But I saw they're putting in a total like gambling booth, store, whatever you want to call it, in the Reds Stadium, bro. Did you see that?
No, what?
Yeah, bro. At the Reds games, dude, there's gonna be like an area where you can just go and place bet, basically like a sports book. Thank you. Fuck, I'm thanking myself. But yeah, there's gonna be a sports book inside of look it up, bro. Look it up. Just look up like sports book inside Great American Ballpark or Reds, whatever. You'll see it. You'll see an article about it. But yeah, bro, they're gonna have a sports book in there for, I would assume, for this coming season when they play in the spring. So hey, yeah, we'll have to go to some games and get some bets going.
Yeah,
man.
Dude. Holy
That's gonna be awesome, man.
So damn fun.
So yeah, man. If you guys have had sports betting in your state, you're probably like, whatever. You're probably just like, it's another thing. Like if it's just whatever. Like you're used to it. But man, us in Ohio, we have never had this, so it's a very exciting time for us. I've made some, I've still made some bets, on like sites where you can use like Bitcoin and stuff or whatever, but to have the real thing and just be able to go to the sports book or just get on your phone and just make bets and just the ease of it, man. I'm so excited for it, and it's gonna be awesome, man. It's going to enhance the experience of watching the Reds suck when you can at least put some money on them, man, or put money on the other team, man. And at least if they win, either the Reds win or you win money, dude. Like that's the cool thing about it, man. Bet on the other team.
That's a dream.
It's a win-win situation, bro.
Damn.
So helping you guys out with some picks, maybe. We'll give you guys a lock and an upset to look at here on the betting lines. So go ahead. Who is your lock to win this week, man?
I got to go with the LA Rams, dude. I can't see them losing 3 in a row. I just can't. You're home against the Panthers, bro. Like if they lose to the Panthers, I'd be really worried for the Rams, but I don't think they will, bro.
Yeah. So the sky will be falling if they lose to the Panthers at home.
Bro.
I'm taking the Rams as well. 10-point spread, I would take the spread. Honestly, they're gonna put up some points, and they're gonna look pretty good and win by a good margin here with that terrible Panthers offense. Listen, the Rams have veteran guys that have pride. Okay, now I did see today, Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald are battling some injuries and did not practice today. So it's only Wednesday. Excuse me, it's only Wednesday, but something to keep your eye on. Keep your eye on. If you were planning to bet on this game, I would wait until like the day of the game and see if they're going to play or not. Because if Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald don't play well, okay, they should still win, but it'll be interesting.
Yep.
So I'm going with the Rams as well. So upset, like who do you think? You got any big upsets this week,
dude? I'm going with the Miami Dolphins, man.
Over Skylar Thompson fan?
Over the Vikings, dude.
Wow.
Now here's why, man. The Vikings have been so lucky this year. I'm a huge fan, but it's like I'll be the first to admit we've been so damn lucky. Like I feel like our luck's going to run out sometime soon. And I feel like knowing our luck, we're going to lose to a third string quarterback, just assuming Teddy and Tua is not playing. And we're going to go down there. It's at Miami. I don't know how Kirk Cousins is going to look. I don't know how our offense is going to look. We tend to get these huge leads, and we just blow leads, man. And one of these games, we're going to lose a team we shouldn't lose to. And I feel like for some reason it can be the Dolphins. So I'm picking the Dolphins, bro.
Okay. All right. It's interesting, man. I will say that Skylar Thompson, I'm pretty sure I saw a report that he is going to start. And I don't think he was that bad. He wasn't as bad as I expected him to be, at least, coming in as a third string, like a pretty sure he's a rookie, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
Kansas
rookie.
State. Remember him at Kansas State?
Yeah, Kansas State. Like, what the? So, that's interesting. That will be a hell of an upset, though. Yeah. And Dolphins are getting 3.5 points at home.
Yeah.
So, that would be something I would maybe it's a money line play, and you make yourself some nice money off that if the Dolphins do pull it out. I mean, they are at home,
Absolutely.
so if you take a money line, you get some good odds there.
Yeah.
I'm sure. So the team I'm going with, this is on the flip side of like a game that your team's involved with. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I mean, we're at home. We got nothing to lose. I mean, nobody expects us to win this game. The difference between why I wouldn't have picked them last week is that's at Buffalo. This is at home, and you got nothing to lose. And maybe the Bucs overlook this game. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, it's an upset for a reason. It's not likely, of course.
Right.
But 8 points is a lot. I would say this would be a game where I would take the +8 spread if I was going to bet this game, because I still think, again, last week, I'm gonna rule this as an anomaly. A Mike Tomlin team usually at least will keep it close against a team that they're really heavily outmatched. So again, it's an upset for a reason, but 8 points is a lot at home. I mean, that is a wild spread, dude. That means if this game was in Tampa, it'd be another 14-point spread, just like last week against the Bills.
Yeah.
Man. So that's a lot of points, man. And I like what I've seen from Pickett. I mean, Lindy, they have nothing to lose, and these guys, you would think they'd have some kind of pride to come out motivated as hell after getting absolutely embarrassed. So that's why I'm going with them as the
Good
upset.
pick, man. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. Who knows, man? Again, it's the upset for a reason. We'll review before we head out of here. We are going to let's look back at last week's picks and see how we did.
Oh yeah.
So I took the Bills as my lock, and okay, they won easily, obviously. And Nick, you took the Bucs as your lock. Now they won a little bit closer margin and a questionable roughing the passer call that may have helped.
BS call right there.
I gotta ask, man, did you have any part in them calling that roughing the passer call to make sure that your pick was right?
I mean, I know I picked the Bucs, Nick, but I actually kind of wanted the Falcons for this game, dude. So I was kind of mad that they called that, bro. I was like, come on. I let him play, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Let him play.
I was mad. I think everybody was mad at that.
Yeah.
And that one was almost as bad as the one that they called on the
Chiefs game.
Chiefs,
yeah.
Which was horrible. And the fans let them know about it for like about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Did you see I don't know if you've seen this video, but the ref was like almost crying when he was making a call like a little bit after.
No, I didn't see that.
His voice, dude.
Are you serious?
His voice was like, oh my gosh, dude. Apparently he has beef with that the Chiefs too. I think I heard something about like it's Carl Cheffers we're talking about here, the ref. I heard that he had something else had happened with the Chiefs or something. I can't remember what it was, but either way, like there's some bad blood there, man. And
Shit.
yeah, it's
I didn't know that, Nick.
It's it's wild, man. Oh my, hold on, bro, real quick. I looked at the screen over here, bro. First off, Padres are up 5-3. There's like a big bird on the field right behind second plate. A bird is just laying down on the ground, bro.
It's like.
It's like a goose, but I don't know what kind of ugly bird goose that is, man. You got a big close up on it right there.
Bro.
That's wild.
Dude,
man.
like
they're just gonna play? They get it off the field?
I mean,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry for anybody listening. I'm so sorry. I got distracted. It's still on the field and they're playing baseball. It's just sitting on the field and they're playing baseball right now.
He's not harming anybody, why not?
Somebody's gonna trip over that thing that's right behind second base. That thing is huge.
Is it like a swan?
I'm flabbergasted. Dude, I don't even know how to describe it, man. It's like a goose almost. All right, we'll talk about it after the show. Let me just wrap us up here. I'm so sorry, guys. If this happened, if you didn't know about this, look it up. He just hit it right over the. I'm so weak. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, guys. So. You picked the Bucs, they won. Upset of the week, I took the Raiders, who they almost pulled it off. Yep. And Nick took the Seahawks, who also almost pulled it off. If Taysom Hill didn't have the game of his life, they probably would have pulled it off.
I wish Kamara had those 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I said Hill, dude. Wouldn't that have been nice?
Yeah. That would have been sweet, man.
Yeah. But it's all right, Nick.
Then,
they're still solid picks.
Yeah.
We came close, but we'll get them this week.
Came close. Yeah, we'll see how we do this week. Hopefully we'll go 4 for 4, and you guys will make some money if you bet any of these picks. Yep. But, yeah, guys, we appreciate you joining us here. This was episode 6. We got more episodes coming. let us know if you guys have anything you want us to talk about. Also, let us know what you think about this format here of the remote style. If you guys hated this or if you thought it was cool and you guys enjoyed it still. We'll still be doing more in-person stuff. But as life goes on, things happen, and we try to adapt. And, so if you're on YouTube again, please hit that subscribe button, give us a like, comment us, follow us on social media at Blazin Takes Pod everywhere, and interact with us as we continue pushing in the greatest time of sports right now. We are in. We're going to be getting to some baseball topics next week. We already know we're going to be getting to that. More NFL and NBA's kicking off. So next week will probably be one NFL, one NBA, one MLB, or something like that. We're going to give you guys a lot of versatility here soon. Yeah, but as things come, we will address them and all that. But yeah, as far as that goes, we are out of here, and we appreciate y'all.
Peace.
And see you next time.